Have I done like a viral dance video before? Maybe a long time ago, but I'm like the opposite of current or trendy. I don't really use the internet too much outside of like watching videos that my friends send me. The challenge in today's video is to learn a whole bunch of trendy dances and combine them all into one dance for a highly requested song in one of our previous videos, which is actually kind of fitting, like combining a whole bunch of trendy dances into a trendy song. I think the challenge here is like trying to combine a whole bunch of dance moves into a song it wasn't intended for. It's like trying to write a book before you even have like a story idea. The fast BPM of Mesmerizer might be an issue for like some of the slower moves. I think a bigger issue is just like a lot of the moves not making sense being there. It's like trying to finish a puzzle with all of like the wrong puzzle pieces and just forcing it to all like fit. I've just become self-aware of the fact that I'm always comparing dance to the boring things I'm doing in life. But yeah, ideally we want to like make a choreo that makes sense in the context of the song. Otherwise it wouldn't be a challenge since it'd be like way too easy. Like anyone can make a soup by just throwing random stuff in it. But it takes a lot of effort to like make a soup that tastes good with a recipe that wasn't made for that particular soup. I guess we could start by like going through the list and like picking out which moves can work together. Also what goes good with the song. Actually, before we do that, we should probably like figure out where we want to like start in the song. For something like this, we have to make it short but like long enough. The reason why I say that though is because like I think if a puzzle is too big and the pieces don't belong with it, I think that it's a little bit more like apparent that the pieces don't belong. Maybe 1 minute 40 is like a pretty good place to start. The slow BPM part might be good for some of the slower moves that can't fit with Mesmerizer's fast BPM. And I think this also covers like the part of the song that a lot of people like. Some context here, but our editor team wanted to like record my first time reaction to a lot of these dances. I don't think I'm like really good at making like big reactions, and I don't think I'm the most fun person to listen to. If you agree, you can go ahead and click the like chapter below. You can skip like right to the dance, I believe. I think it'd be like right over here. For our regulars though that like to listen to me yap, well, we actually recorded everything yesterday, and while I believe that our editor team is pretty good at like finding the interesting bits that I say, emphasis on the bits part, they can also just jump to the dance part below. This one might look weird in fast BPM, so maybe we could start with it. Here's a Yeotori puzzle tip, but always start with the corners of your puzzle first. It'll just make it a lot easier to start from there. And I think that this dance can also be like our starting point. The dancing here is pretty cute. And, well, okay, this might not be the case for everyone, but, well, if you have movements this simple, it has like this other kind of challenge to it. How do I explain this? Okay, wait, I thought of a really good one. And it's going to use my recent obsession with rhythm games. Take for example, if you're like a viewer and you're watching someone play a rhythm game, if you're watching someone play like a really high difficulty and they like miss a note, you're like less likely to notice, or like it's still impressive because they're hitting all the notes that are coming right after at like this ridiculous speed. Compare this to if you like watch someone play like a low difficulty or tutorial. It's a lot more obvious when they make a mistake. Seeing someone make a mistake in tutorial, it just makes it like come off that much worse. And you don't really need like a discerning eye or a lot of expertise to realize someone made a mistake in tutorial. The idea is like pretty similar here too. Like if they do an easy dance, then you can see a lot more like details of like the things that they do. Like maybe they don't tense right, maybe they don't hit right, and it just like it's a lot easier to see if it looks sloppy. There's also something else too that makes cute dances a lot more difficult, but I don't know if it's something I can like openly talk about. Maybe in the future I can like talk about it more, but I don't know if it's something that like is like publicly acceptable to talk about. I can really see like the trendy appeal in this one, and people love hip sways, don't they? Hip sway is very hypnotic, no? Speaking of hip jokes, mine really aren't like the biggest, then I consider myself more of a caramel dancer than a 02. Imagine if hip measurement were based off dances. So this one has all the makings of like a really trendy dance. It's easy to follow and cute and catchy. You know, this actually reminds me of like an argument that I had with one of my friends, but like I think making a catchy or like trendy dance like this is a lot about repetition and oftentimes a lot about the music itself too. I don't think like we're arguing about the same thing though, but here let me just read a message he sent me a while back, but he said a wide vocabulary is what keeps a dance refreshing and interesting. I don't think my friend is really understanding what I'm trying to say though, because I think he's describing like a good choreo, where I'm describing like a good catchy choreo. I don't really like to argue, so I didn't respond back, but he sent me a bunch of videos of TikTok dancer versus like professional dancer. This actually might be a fun video topic in the future. I can imagine a lot of people arguing those, so maybe not. Oh wait, I remember this one. I forgot about the Renai circulation trend long time ago. I guess there was a time when I was trendy back in like early 2010s. This one, it's like a known footwork, isn't it? I think in house, we call this one crisscross. A lot of dance styles will have like a similar footwork to this one, but I mean, I guess like the names of dances like change over time. Wait, let me think of like a modern example that people would know. I think current people call this move SpongeBob, right? It's a shuffle move that goes like this. But back in the 70s, it was called Tom and Jerry. I feel like I saw this character at the anime convention that I went to in California. But yeah, catchy dance, repetition, and a lot of times has to do with the music too. You know, one thing that I noticed is that a lot of these dances are like, not only are they simple, but they're also like very goofy and they're like funny too. I think a lot of people know this, but shareability is a big reason why like things become trending is like, when one person can replicate it or do it, then it can spread to another person. I'll probably need to go back and watch everything to learn better, but I also want to like plan something for Mesmerizer because it'd be weird if we're doing a dance for the song and we don't have any references to the song in there. I'll see you all in 24 or 48 hours, but I mean you don't have to wait that long since our editor Neem can just like play the video right here. Okay, so as it's playing, I can still talk, right? What, like, wow.